Alright, we're at the top of Reabold Park. Used to be able to drive up that road, and then you went down that road, and there's a car park just up here. Not many car parks, more car spots, and the walk trails all start from here and head off down that track where that guy's running. It's about 28 degrees at the moment, so it's not too bad for walking. I was going to fly the drone around the lookout. There is a lookout up here. Just follow the track up to the top of the hill, but it's really quite windy, so it won't look any good. And they've closed the old road off. Used to drive up this road. It was just a one-lane road. You can see they've got a water point at the top for bushfires. I'll show you what it's like at the top, and then I'll come down and I'll do a walk. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, so I'll have to measure it, I guess. I'm going to go down this valley here on the front of us. There is a track just there. Oh yeah, you can see it. I'm going to come down that track there, down to the bottom, go past Camel Lake, which you can't really see. It's in a hollow there. There is a lake in there, believe it or not. And then we're going to come back around and up the spur line of this the ridge line over there. So we'll come up the spur, go along there and come back. So it's not going to be a very long walk. Should be quite nice in the bush, hopefully. Not too many flies. But I'll show you the view from the top first. In the old days there used to be a little path and some steps going up to the top of the hill. Now they've got this giant walkway. Sort of does a loop around. So it is wheelchair friendly at this point. In fact, the tracks we're going to follow are old limestone tracks. You can ride a bike around them. I used to when I was a kid. I don't know about pushing a wheelchair, but you'd be able to probably push a pram around them if you've got big wheels. You can see the views starting to appear. Anyway, we'll show you the rest when we get to the top. Here's a little information sign for you. You probably need to stop the video and have a read. The Kwangdong trees here. There is one on the pathway as you come up. Can't see any around here. But yeah, they are a food tree. You can see the red fruit. You've got to be quick to get those, because if you're not, the birds are quicker. The other thing I can do also, you can see the Banksia flowers. When they just start to flower, they ooze a lot of, it's almost like nectar or honey, and you can snap them off, although you're not supposed to, but if you had to survive off it, you can snap them off and suck the honey out of them. There's another sign for you. Alright, there is also a quarry just down there. In fact, you used to be able to walk to the edge and then look over, but I think we've got a fence down there now. Let's have a look what we can see from up here. That's Perth in distance. So we're between Perth and the beach. Oh, that's a Kwangdong tree there. That light green colour one. Two more. Looks like they're about to flower actually. There you go. A couple more signs for you. Yes, and yes, the old lookout used to be on top of this point here. It's all been revegetated, and you can see a couple of poles down there, and the fence line down there as well. That's the old limestone quarry. I believe, if I remember my history right, does it say, might talk to you about it, about Reabold digging the limestone out, turning the lime into cement so they can build things around Perth. That lake over there, that's Herdsman Lake. Perry Lakes, it's just in the bottom of the hill just in front of us. And if you're interested in plants and things, That is a zamia palm, and they reckon those things were around in the dinosaur ages. There's the sports, that's the swimming centre. Where all those buildings are just in front of us there, that used to be Perry Lake Stadium, which was the home of the Commonwealth Games. Many, many years ago. Looking down towards Fremantle, you can see the cranes there. Oh, here we go. We'll probably have to stop that and have a read. Reabold, yeah, sorry. After Ray and after Bold. Yep. In fact, when I used to walk many years ago, I lived over the back of the park here. You could still see the shape of the blocks that they cut out of the quarry when we used to walk down into the quarry, and then they closed it all off. Down the bottom you can see Perry Lakes. Now they do have toilets down there, but they don't have anything on the walk here. And if you don't want to walk from the top of the hill down and up, you can start at the bottom. There's a couple of walkways in there, one at the end, one just down here. You can park in the car park down there and walk up the hill and then down. So we're going to go down and then up. In fact, you can see the walkway. We're going to come back up on the other side of the valley there. All limestone tracks, easy to walk. And it's actually not too bad. There's a lot of flies out at the moment. As soon as the wind stops, they'll come around you. Perry Lakes itself, lots of picnic areas around there. Got ducks, toilet blocks, barbecues, all sorts of stuff down in there. It's really quite nice. Anyway, what's this one on? Can you see that? Yep. We still haven't got to the top yet. This is a Kwangdong tree. You can see the fruits, or the flowers actually. They haven't flowered yet. And this area has been revegetated, and you can sort of see there's a water pipeline there, and there's sprinklers around because they've replanted a lot of the plants in here. In fact, you can see one there that's dead, didn't survive, and certainly lots of them did. Alright, let's see what else we can find for you. Yep, need to cut that tree down in front. I think it's better if you actually walked up here and had a look at these signs yourself, because then you can sort of pick things out from the signs. Not a bad little spot, bit of shade. And this one, yeah, I suppose you can look through the trees to see Garden Island in the distance. I noticed there were some ships anchored out here, which is right at the end of Gauge Roads, so that's quite a long way out of Fremantle. Of course, if you do a walk on a day like today and you get all hot and sweaty at the end of it, you can just duck down the road there to City Beach and go for a swim. It's still a little bit windy to fly the drone around, and there's no one here too, which would have been perfect, but I wanted to fly it and do a loop of the top here so you get to see the lookout and what's around as well, so it would actually have Perth in the background and all that. But it's windy on the ground, it's even windier up higher, so there's no point. There's another Kwangdong. No fruit on them. In fact, this is quite oh no, it's not drying out. Alright, so let's go for this walk and see what we can find down there. I haven't been to Camel Lake in years and years, so I remember last time I was down there the bulrushes were starting to take over a bit, so you used to be able to see the water in the lake, and it's a freshwater lake. I know this one here, they were pumping water into that because it dried out, because all the houses around here have been sucking up the water through their bores and the water table dropped. So they've had to refill the lake through bores. Sports centre over there, netball, basketball centre there. The basketball stadium actually used to be up where that big block of flats is. It's been bulldozed and moved across the road. Swimming centre. It's got indoor and outdoor pools, diving pools, all sorts of stuff in there. And in fact, that's the, I think it used to be, or it may still be, the Australian Institute of Sport. And you can see way down the distance, that's the Swan River coming in, and it weaves its way all the way up and then past Perth. Alright, let's go and do this walk. I'll show you this little map. It's not a very good one actually, but I'm going to walk around there, that loop there, that loop there, coming back there, around there, and back up. But I've got Zamia walk there in yellow, 5 kilometres. Tuart walks a little one, which is 1.5, plus this one here, which I don't know how long it is. It's probably only going to be maybe 2.5 k's, 3 k's maybe. We'll see. I'll put the time at the GPS on and see what happens. Not a lot of information on that board, but that's the track. Limestone tracks, they do use them as fire breaks, so they're quite wide. They're not maintained as such, but they're just there, I guess. We'll see what we can find for you. I'll try and not find a snake for you, but we never know. I've got one of my walking sticks with me, just in case. Don't whack them with it. I try and flick them out of the way if they're too close to me. Otherwise I'll just back off and go around them. Alright, first corner's coming up. Alright, this is the first corner. This is what we'll, the track will go down. And then there's another T intersection down the bottom, and we'll turn left again. Obviously, going downhill means we're going to have to come back up it later on. There's a few signs around. That, well, Tuart car park's one of the car parks at the bottom. You can start your walk from down there. And obviously you can see the car park we just started from, so it's not far. Alright, second intersection. I was going to turn left. I think I might go right and then go down the other way. Might be easier because this is quite a steep hill on the left. Might be easier to walk back up that one rather than walk down it. Yes, if you're interested in helping out with the parkland, there's some information for you. Try and get the sun out of it. There you go. So certainly if you want to help out, get into the forest here or the bushland, do things for the park, then come on, ring the number, send an email and be part of it. Alright, we're going to go this way. I was thinking of going that way first, but I think I might go up and around first. It might be easier. At the end you got to go up that hill. A lot of dead banksias in here, which is a bit of a worry. Plenty of Zamia palms there. I remember when I was a kid growing up in here, walking around these tracks, but they weren't limestone, they were sand. Alright, next corner. You You can keep on going straight ahead, obviously. In fact, if you do keep going straight ahead, you will come out, you'll walk past the old pine plantation that's there, and it's still there, I believe. I haven't been there for a while. But we're going to go downhill here. We're going to follow this down around Camel Lake and then back up to the car, which is on top of that hill there. Easy walk. Don't know why I'm puffing. And I already bumped into a couple of tourists who were lost. This is the candle banksia. You can see the candle flowers. They end up with these cones. These ones have opened up, which is unusual. Well, not really unusual, but if it gets hot enough they'll open up and they'll drop their seeds. But they usually hang on to them nice and tight and wait till there's a fire, and the fire will actually, the heat of the fire will open the seed pods up. Once the fire's gone past, the seeds will fall out on the ground, and all the burnt ash and everything is like a fertilizer for these plants, and it'll help them grow new plants. But they're quite a resilient bush. Most of the Australian bushes are trees and bushes, used to being burnt occasionally, but not repeatedly, put it that way. So we do get in and try and put out bushfires as quickly as we can. Here's another one. Lots of banksia cones on this. Alright, keep walking. Find something interesting. Alright, we're almost at the bottom of the hill. You can sort of see the car park straight ahead of us. That's Stewart car park, I think you'd call it. Now if we turn left here, we cross the valley and then head back up the road to our car. But I'm going to turn right here and go down to Camel Lake and have a look. Now that's a bit of a deceptive thing. Camel Lake Heritage Trail going that way, but Camel Lake is actually down there. So this is a loop that goes around and we're sort of halfway on the loop. So we're going to backtrack to Camel Lake and then come down along the front there. Lots of nice banksias in this area. And chewit trees. I can hear the kookaburras in the background. And our car's parked on top of that hill there. Don't know whether you can hear those kookaburras. Don't think the microphone's good enough in the old GoPro. Again, nice big car park down there, but I haven't seen any toilet blocks anywhere, which is a little bit of a bugger. They really should, like where they've got big car parking areas, they should put a toilet in there. That clunking you can hear is me walking stick. Zamia palms down there. Alright, we'll get the camera on the next corner, or at Zamia Lake, whatever comes first. There you go, just come up from the corner down that way, heading out that way. Another little sign. I'm not sure if you can read this one or not because it's a little bit faded. I can hear the cockatoos in the background, so they may either be red-tailed black cockatoos or they may be the Carnaby cockatoos, but I can hear them down over that way. So down towards the lake, they might be coming in for a drink. We'll wait and see. It's Possum Walk going up there. If you follow it, that track that I said, the Zamia, is it Zamia Walk? 5 kilometre one. It'll jump onto that track and you can follow the car back that way. Can you hear the cockies? I can see the other white cockatoos. They're way off in the distance. I can see them, but the camera's not going to pick them up. I was hoping they were going to be black cockatoos, but never mind. And just as we're getting towards Camel Lake, which is down there, you won't see it unless I clean it out. There's actually two lakes. There's a bigger lake which is called Camel Lake, and a smaller one. And there used to be just a little foot track that came off this trail here, going down between the two. I don't know if it's still there or not. But it's got into the valley. Obviously there's more water around, the trees are loving it. It's nice and cool in here too. Different to being up on the ridge lines where you've got just a few banksias and sparse trees. Now it's sort of into a forest. A couple of magpies just sitting there watching us. We're coming up to the next corner and there's a little bit of a sign for you. Now I've seen plenty of dugites. I have seen the black striped snakes in here before, and I've certainly seen plenty of the little lizards. And the little gecko. This little guy here. Got a really nice eye. I've always tried to take a photo of that and never managed to do it. I have seen, these things aren't too big. Those dugites though, I've seen the head going off into the bush on one side of the track and the tail hasn't come out of the track on the other side of the bush, and that's probably 2 meters wide. So when we saw that snake going across there, we just sort of went, yep, we're not even going to try and get around it, we'll just turn around and walk away. Best thing to do. Oh, pretty tame little magpie, not going to move off. Probably used to stealing people's sandwiches and barbecues from over the road at Perry Lakes. There's a little fence line there too. I wonder if they've fenced off the lake. They used to have kangaroos in here. I doubt that they have any more. They've certainly got rabbits. But not sure what that fence line's for. There's another little one over here, a little yard. Unless they're trying to reintroduce animals and they're keeping them in the one spot. Don't know. Could be anything, I'll find out one day. They've even got a nice big black boy in there. Or grass tree as we now call them. We should be coming up to a corner. That's one of the lakes there. Oops. I'll watch him where I'm walking. And the main lake, I think, is over there. So there should be a little foot track around here, but can't see it. I mean, it was like 20 years ago since I walked through here. Can't see anything. Alright, we'll get down to this lake and have a look. Probably on the other side. You can see how green it is there where the water is. Okay, to the intersection we turn left and then turn left straight away. Head back down the other side of the lake. There is another car park up that way. And if you go up the hill there, same thing, it sort of goes up a ridge line and then over to Zamia Walk, and you can, there's a couple of offshoots that go down through along Stevenson Avenue actually. There's a road over there. You can walk down along there and then up over the hills and go wherever you like. But it all sort of, if you get stuck, it's like a city block. If you turn right and then right again, you end up sort of going back the way you came. But I want to go and have a look around here. You can see the trail going through the forest. Is it going to tell us about the lake? really. There's actually two lakes there, I know. There's a big one and there's a little one next to it. Alright, I might have to go and get the brochure. It says, who stole Camel Lake? Didn't see anything there. I'll have to read up on it. From my memory, I think it was part of the camel traders. They used to stop here, water their camels before going up the coast. But I'm not sure. No, you're not allowed to walk into that area. Don't know why. Revegetation. Alright, we'll go down here. Because I know they used to have a stock route that came down along the coast. And they used to stop at the lakes and things like that and water their cattle before taking them down to Fremantle to the abattoirs. But they also had the camel traders that went up and down the coast as well, which I think the Camel Lake is named after the camel traders. But not sure. I'll have to go and look it up. A little bit sandy on the track here. This is the original trail, original tracks in the park, which is like this. There is limestone in there, but that's just old, covered over with sand. No, there's an information board coming up. Don't know what this one is going to have on it. Still nothing about Camel Lake. Interesting. We'll have to find out. Alright, well, we're on our way back now. That's the furthest point. We just turned around. We'll go back along the base of the hills, and then at the end we go up the hill back to the car park. I've got these water monitoring stations too. Open the lid, there's a bore there, and they can test the water. There's a few of those around the park. Can't see any foot tracks through there though. And with shorts and a pair of sneakers, not really going to go wandering through that sort of stuff. Alright, I'll see what we can find. Alright, that's Stewart car park there. You might be able to see the water in the distance. One of the lakes at Perry Lakes in the car park. Where's the toilet block? Over that way somewhere. The inner road, you used to be able to drive around that, but they've closed it off, which makes it perfect for little kids who want to learn to ride a bike. They can ride around now without getting run over. Now we're almost at the bottom of the hill, and we've still got to get to the top of that hill over there. So about 3/4 of the way around the walk. It's not tough. Yeah, I think it would be good if they had just a toilet block at each of these car parks, make it easier. That's something for them in the future. Now, to this point here, it's been mostly downhill. There's been a couple of small rises. Once we turn left and go up to the T intersection, just up here, and we'll turn right, we'll go down the valley, up the other side, and then just basically keep going up. So I thought it's probably easier to do a short, sharp climb at the end rather than a long climb out going the other way around. Alright, we're at the T intersection here. We'll just turn left here. Just turn left and then right. Another information board. There is another big information panel down there. I don't know what's on it. I can stop there on the way home. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It used to go up there and then across. I don't know where that goes now. It's a new track. Well, new as of 20 something years ago. Oh, there's another Friends of Reabold Park sign for you. I don't know. That go around that way. It used to go up, across and then up. And I'm going to go down this track straight through the T intersection, crossroads, sorry. This should, if it's going the right way, chuck a left and then head back up towards Car. But it is pretty much uphill all the way from here. Alright, we'll see where it goes. There you go, Perth in the background. That track that we just crossed over, instead of turning left at that crossroads, keep going straight and you'll come up to here. Car park is just up there. You might be able to see the fence line, probably not with a GoPro, and obviously the right turn just up here a little bit. There you go. We went down that way. We're going to go back up this way to the car park. So yeah, the last bit's uphill. It's not a heavy, really steep hill. It's just after walking nicely down into the lakes and then back up, it just hits you. But I guess it's better having a short hill at the end rather than a long hill. Okay, I had to do a battery change. So that last bit you probably won't hear anything of anyhow. We've just come up through there, up this little track, up the top, turn right, and the car park's basically under that big tree there. So it's probably some ways whoops, easier to walk down the long way and then come back up a short sharp hill rather than walking down a sharp hill, than having to walk all the way back up a long slow climb out of the valley. Well, that's my thoughts. You can always do it the other way around if you want. We're almost at the car. Battery didn't quite last, so I don't know if it's got the last few corners on there or whether I've got to come back and do it again. Didn't see a lot of animals in here. Quite often you'll see the skinks and bobtails, or blue tongues, or whatever you like to call them. Bobtail goannas. They usually sit out in the middle of the track in the sunshine, keeping nice and warm. Didn't see any snakes, and I didn't hear anything. So sometimes you walk along and you hear things sort of taken off out the way, but I didn't hear any of that today either. Alright, that's about it. Car park up there. Number of long walks out that way. We'll come back and do one of the longer walks one day when it's a bit cooler, I think. Alright, let's have a look at the GPS. It says we walked 2.8 k's. So probably, I started the GPS here, 100 metres to the car, 100 metres back, 3 kilometre walk. Not a tough walk. I'm puffed and sweating. Puffed because I'm sore and all that. Sweating from the pain that I'm going through. And also it's a pretty warm day. It's actually quite nice now with the breeze coming through. Might go down the beach for a swim. Still a bit strong to fly the drone around the top, and more people are up here now, so can't fly the drone. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Come out, have a walk. The best thing to do would be, if you're coming up with your family, go down to Perry Lakes, picnic down there, have a play in the playgrounds and all that down there. And if you want to do the bushwalk, come across the road to the Tuart car park and do the loop from down the bottom. Or you can drive up here. I'm the only one here. Drive up here, and there's another car. And do the walk from the top of the hill. Whew. Alright, hope you get out here and then enjoy the walk. Okay, just as a little end point, this is Perry Lakes under the trees here. There is a lake up there. You used to be able to drive through the centre of the lakes, and this is the number 2 lake. A big block of flats over there, units. That used to be the old basketball courts, and behind that used to be the old stadium. You can see seats and things around here. Toilet block behind me that you can't see. There's a playground over there. It looks like they had some activities or something over here. And they've got an event on the other side at the basketball court, so they've got parking on the grass here, which they, if they haven't got enough parking over there, they just open the area up here and let you park under the trees. There's a white cocky running around. They do have little playground areas around here as well for kids, and there are toilet blocks around. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to start out down here under the trees and then go for a bushwalk, then finish the day with a swim at the beach. There used to be a little playground up here. I remember I used to take my kids up here, but it looks like it's been closed off. Oh no, it's been fenced off. Alright, anyway, so that's one of the walks at Reabold. We will do another walk up there a little bit later when it cools down a bit. There's one of the playgrounds in there. My daughter used to love climbing. I'll throw that. Not as good as the ones at Kings Park though. Anyway, enjoy your walk and come out here and see what you can find.